What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, welcoming you to a very special random conversation about an amazing topic that's hard on a lot of people's minds right now, because whether you're like myself, a casual fan of boxing or a diehard fan of boxing, more than likely you have seen the results of the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder Part 3 fight. We're gonna get into that today and my personal opinions on it from an ONYXCON perspective. So, as I say, this conversation is about the Fury versus Wilder trilogy coming to an end, fight number 3. Now, first and foremost, let me say again, I am not a sports maniac. I love sports paraphernalia, I love sports iconography, and I respect athletes of the highest degree, especially those who take their careers and use them for platforms to all types of other things, and in some ways become artists one way or another, whether in the sports they do or in the afterlife, so to speak, of their careers. You can see this with a lot of different amazing athletes that went from only being known for being athletes into theater, film, visual arts, you name it. Think about it. The Rock, from wrestling to a superstar actor, which I would also mention, I've seen in multiple interviews that Mr. Wilder, Deontay, salute my brother, wants to be known as an actor. He says, aside from who you see in the ring, I know I'm a serious dude. I'm a, totally focused, very, very dangerous man in the ring, but outside the ring, I'm a fun dude. I like to have fun. I like to laugh all the time. And he says many a time in many an interview, he wants to pursue acting. So I look forward to that being another part of this man's legacy. And I only wish him the best in that. Being an actor, being a producer, being a writer. As a matter of fact, I welcome you to once upon a time when I get the funds to be a part of one of my films. I'd love to have you. I'm saying that on camera now for when it just manifests. But in the meantime, hopefully I'll work with you on some Hollywood projects in the future, brother, because I know you're doing your thing, and it's only a matter of time before somebody offers you a role worthy of your presence. So, saying that, that's the reason I especially like this man's character, because I've seen him grow. I watched a lot of different things more about his personal life and what made him want to box in the first place. And once I realized it was a goal to support his daughter financially for medical needs and other family needs, I said, man, what a dude. To add to that, just his persistence in it, not really needing to continue it when you kind of reach the goal, at least from what I can tell from interviews and stuff. And the point is, for him to continue to put his body on the line, his mind on the line, his heart on the line, and show his heart time and time again, this dude's a true champion. I got nothing but respect for you, Brother Wilder, and salute to you, because as far as we're concerned at ONYXCON, you are still the king. It doesn't matter about a loss in the ring, because as I always say, everybody can sit around talking if they've never been in it. I'm not a boxer. I can't say I've ever never gloved up before. I have donned the gloves. I have had wraps on. I have done a few little training tidbits here and there, but I'm no boxer. And I damn sure am claiming to be any type of professional fighter. But I understand some of the mindset, and I respect the mindset, and I know the level of danger and everything involved. So all the people on the sidelines conversating and saying what they think about this brother and what he was able to accomplish or not accomplish, or his skill, or his unorthodox methodology in his style in the ring, and whether that has changed enough or not changed at all over the years in his development, because I've heard it all. Whatever. There's only 2 people besides a referee in that ring. And at the end of the day, only they know how them punches feel and the effects of them. So that's all I got respect for, no matter what way we go about it, right? So let's break it down. I saw the fight, and here's my just general perspective on it. First and foremost, like I said, we're talking about 2 professionals. So that being said, it is what it is. But even in professionalism, there are ways to do things that, in my opinion, again, these are all opinions, aren't the professional way to do it, aren't the most ethical way to do it. And I personally feel that even though he won, okay, so respect due, you the champ, you did your thing, Fury leaned too much on leaning, hugging, and really crowding Wilder throughout the whole fight. After he got knocked down those couple of times by Wilder, you could see that fight could have went a whole nother way. And even in the later rounds where Wilder had been stunned, because both of them hit like, I mean, good gosh, they're like freight trains, both of them, right? But after he had been stunned too many times, and then the ear was bleeding again, like it was in the second one where they say he busted an eardrum, and I think it re-injured the ear again. So I was like, oh man, this ear is killing me. It's hard to watch, y'all. It's hard to watch. I tell you that. You know, I just kind of knew Wilder was in danger because he was in trouble because of that. But more importantly, I truly feel like Fury tired him out. And he tired him out in a way that, in my opinion, even though it's not technically illegal in boxing, it's kind of like in any sport, there's those things people can do that are really against the rules, and the ref is there to keep breaking it up. But I don't know what it's going to take in the sport to make it a thing where you cannot, within a certain amount of seconds, maybe it's already a rule, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not the guy who's a diehard fan. Maybe there is a rule that says, you know, you can't hug up on a dude, but for so long with that whole hug they do where they clench up and they trying to hold you, and then they getting their little sneaky punches on your sides, hitting the ribs, hitting the kidneys, beating the back, popping the back of the head, all of this stuff that they do. And both people do it when they're in a lockup like that, you know. Both of them traded those blows. But if you count the amount of times, as they do the scorecards, if you count the amount of times that Fury did that to him, to Wilder, Wilder was not the one going for the hug. Wilder was just straight up boxing. He was ducking, dodging, sidestepping, and throwing them doggone bombs, that bomb squad bomb. That man's power, if he could never keep enough distance because Fury kept coming in on him. And he kept coming in on him with one goal. It wasn't always for a solid punch. It's to get that hug up. And if he could get that hug up on him, then he'd go to his little, well, you know, all them little very impactful headlocks, because he got him, I don't know how many times did it, go back and watch it, how many times did the ref say, stop headlocking him, you hear me, stop it. When does this end? When does this become absolutely, you can't do that? That's not boxing. Go become a wrestler of some sort, because that's not boxing. Like, what are you doing? You know what you're doing. It wears on a person. It wears on a professional boxer. Anybody in that position over in 12 rounds? Good gosh. I mean, I know it went to 11, but I'm saying to even get past 6 and all that kind of hugging and headlocking, man, you wearing the man out. So that's my personal opinion. These views do not reflect those of ONYXCON as an entity, etc. It's just, I'm giving you a little bit of edutainment to make a bigger point. Okay, so that aside, that's my perspective on the technicalities of the fight. It is what it is. History will remain. And I truly feel like, even though I'm really concerned about his mental health and the damage that can be done by getting hit so hard so many times like that, and the eardrum damage, I don't want to see another, I don't ever in my life want to see another situation like the late, great Muhammad Ali and the state he was in the later part of life. Nobody wants to see our greats get to the point where they really can't talk. They have all these dysfunctions with their natural body movement because their brain is so damaged from all those hits. No one wants to see that. That's horrible, right? But I'm hearing that he wants to make a comeback. Wilder is talking already with his eyes on the British champ. Yeah, he's trying to do that again. So in 2022, we'll see what happens. Maybe that's meant to be, and I wish him all the best. I really want to see him, you know, reclaim some level of the kind of integrity that any boxer wants after a defeat. I get it. They don't ever want to end on that note. But your life is at stake. As he knows, this dude is always talking about, I could die in the ring, and it's always putting your life on the line. He's one of those boxers that reminds you of that. Some boxers never mention that, but he constantly reminds you this is a reality of this sport. So, yeah, I don't take that lightly. And, you know, like I say, I'm over here on the casual fan sidelines just wishing him the best. Now, here's the other reason why I think this man is so important to the sport. I did not really watch boxing until I heard about Wilder because of mainly the stuff I just said. I hate to see people getting pummeled so bad that I know they're going to be damaged for life. And I hate to see folks who are skilled but also know how to skillfully go for the hug up and the headlock so damn much. It's not even watching a boxing match. It's just like, they need to call this something else. It needs to be headlocking with boxing and hug pummeling, you know, or something. Because I swear, I've seen it so common in a lot of fights that I have tried to watch over the years, like I'm saying prior to when Wilder really kind of became popular, I tried to watch a few things, and unless it was like super young dudes and, you know, like Golden Glove level, Olympic level boxers that are just young and got that heart and whatever, that's almost all that's left, it seemed, for me when it comes to real boxing, to watch something, right? So I really wasn't into it. But when I heard about the way this dude comes to the ring, and I saw him in costume with real, well, I'll take it to the next level word, not just costume. This is regalia, okay? Coming with regalia, and in the sense that it got more and more symbolic to the point where I feel like it reached its opus. Shout out to those that he worked with on these costumes. I'm going to give you the full names of the company and all that in the video. But the point is, that last one he wore in this number 3 with Fury was very, very symbolic and important. It really spoke to his African legacy, his roots, his heritage, and he was giving a salute to his Nigerian Edo roots. If you're not familiar with the Edo peoples of Nigeria, look them up. Look up a lot about what they represent and why the colors red and black are so symbolic, which you'll find in a lot of different African cultures, but it's specific to certain groups, more significance, etc. So from what I understand, the fabric that was on the inner lining of the cape slash like jacket robe he wore, and the beadery. See, I knew as soon as I saw the beadery, I said, oh, Wilder done went there. That's what I'm talking about. That brother came out with the coral beads, the coral style beads. Now, I don't know that they were real coral beads. They may have been plastic, but what they were imitating was a symbol. And anybody Nigerian was going crazy, especially if they were Edo, because they know what that is. That's that regalia that represents an entire ethnic lineage, an entire cultural significance. That is what the kings wear when they come to and be in a royal court or make an appearance. So that is what he's telling you. When he says, I'm a king, he's saying that I mean this. I'm a king of this, what I do. I love that. I love that level of pride in yourself and in representing all that heritage, and for what ONYXCON is all about with diversity in these popular arts. I love when you see that fusion of art with these other parts of culture, in sports, and other things, and he just is he's a personification of that part of what we represent as an entity and what we celebrate. So shout out to you on that, man. I really hope you see this and hear me saying this, because me and other fans recognize that, and we salute you for that. That's beautiful. And I've seen the photo shoots you did where, you know, Wilder put on a variation of real African regalia, not just, you know, fantasy level, which I love all of it, by the way, and took this photo shoot that was just incredible, incredible. And he's been doing this since, you know, since he started, to my understanding, but at least as far back as 2018, he's been on it consistently. Every time he shows up, it's like, man, what is he gonna wear this time? And it speaks to hero culture. It speaks to superhero culture, which we're all about at ONYXCON, which is the core of where we come from with our love for comic books and being a comic book convention when we started and growing into so much more. So when we see all of what he's doing with this, it's like, yeah, that's making it exciting again. That's making it the spectacle it ought to be, where even, you know, win or lose, you're coming with this incredible power behind yourself in your image and your performance. That's beautiful. That's powerful. We salute that. And onward and upward, my brother. Onward and upward. Still the king. Bomb Squad! Damn right.